start fresh. You came here with a dream. You know, you're going to have your business and you're going to find that girl. My story is consistent. I'm looking for a wife from the other person's point of view because they got to protect their own safety, their feelings, their emotions. I was in danger. I really felt that my safety was at risk. I felt at risk to a point where I had to unfounded accusations.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's me, Roger, and welcome to Roger&Ismi vlog. So today I have a special guest, and for sure you already know him. But for our new subscribers, I'm gonna introduce him later. But before that, daghang salamat sa inyong pagkigugma ug pagsuporta sa among channel. Thank you so much for the love and support, guys. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon for new uploads or new videos. So today, this is very interesting because our subject is about Filipina stalkers. So this is based on his experience and for sure, a lot of story to tell, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, but before that, can you introduce your name?
My name is Abdullah.
Okay, Abdullah, and where are you from, sir?
I am from Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, okay. And how old are you?
50.
50, wow, still young.
Thank you.
Okay, so how long have you been here in the Philippines?
I've been living here for, next week makes a year.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So a lot of experience for sure.
Yes, I've been around.
All right,
Yeah.
so now since I'm really about his story, well, let's do it, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, so Filipina stalkers. Is it common or not? So can you tell me about your story from the beginning?
From the beginning. So, well, I think we met before and we did the last piece. We talked about my experience in Cebu.
Yes.
Right? So, for those who saw that piece, I'm telling this story from after I left Cebu. So that whole situation unfolded. I was dating someone, it didn't work out. And I left Cebu, and I relocated myself to Davao City in Mindanao. So I went to another island, completely, relocated to another part of the country. Now I have a business that I run. I have a virtual assistant agency, and I have a team of virtual assistants living in the Philippines in different cities. Okay. So when I relocated, it wasn't random because, I had these, team members that were helping me along the way. And they've been wildly entertained. Wildly entertained. They find it very entertaining, But at the same time, we have a nice, tight-knit work group, and we look out for each other. And so they, encourage me. Hey, you know what? Start fresh. You came here with a dream. You're going to have your business, and you're going to find that girl, and just get out of Cebu, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, let's go to Davao, right? So I did. I went to Davao City, and so that's how I ended up in Davao.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when did you started this Filipina stalk on your social media or?
Yeah. So, well, going back to what I was saying in the last video, because I'm not from here, meeting people isn't always so easy. Just going around from place to place. And when I relocated to Davao, I didn't know anyone there, other than my couple of VAs that were working with me. So I went onto a dating app, and I have tried other dating apps, not just that one, but I went back into the dating app, and so I met someone. So I met someone, and it was the same process for me because I'm looking for my future wife.
Yes.
Okay, so, if you were to play the video back from the last one, anybody who I've met in the last 4 years since I started looking in Philippines for a wife, it's been 4 years now. My story is consistent. I'm looking for a wife. If any Filipinos are looking for this, I'm looking for a wife. So this is what it is. So I made my intentions clear. And so I ended up meeting someone who said that, oh yeah, I'm also looking for a committed long-term relationship. Let's explore to see if we are a connection. Yes. So this is how I met the girl from Mindanao.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many Filipina or past relationship do you have, a Filipina?
Well, the girl from Mindanao was the second relationship. I've dated, I don't consider going on a date to be a relationship. If I go on a date and we have dinner or we maybe go out a couple of times, maybe we decided, oh, it's not what we're looking for. I don't consider that a relationship. But if it is that, hey, we like each other and we'd like to just date each other and not talk to anybody else, to me, I consider that the beginning stages of a relationship, right? So the girl in Mindanao was the second relationship.
Okay.
That I had.
And the other one is from
Cebu, the girl from Cebu.
Okay.
Right.
So, who are these girls?
What do you mean? Who are these girls?
Like those stalkers?
Well, they're common everyday people, and what I've since learned is that, my experience has been with some of these ladies that I've met, I would characterize them as a functioning alcoholic.
Wow.
That's how I would characterize them. That's how I would answer your question. And when I say a functioning alcoholic, what I mean is there are those people who are alcoholics, but if you see them walking around and if they're sitting beside you at work, right, you might not know they're drunk out of their mind.
Wow, that's
right?
a good explanation, though.
Yeah, but if you know what signs to look for, if you had exposure to alcoholics in the past, or maybe you get a sniff, you can smell the Tanduay rum on their breath.
Right.
You'll get to a point with an alcoholic that they won't be able to disguise their drunkenness. It will expose itself eventually, but a functioning alcoholic is like what a lot of these stalkers. You wouldn't think that they're stalking or having these tendencies. You wouldn't think that from the onset.
Okay, so why they do that? What's the reason?
What is the reason?
Is it sounds creepy or?
There's levels to this, Roger.
Okay.
Right? So it could be something as simple as, when I say simple, something that is not so threatening as someone that is researching all of anything they can find about you on social media, right? And then trying to entrap you with questions, right? And you can tell that they're trying to entrap you with questions, right? Because this has happened to me since I've been dating her, and during courtship period with people, I will, tell a lady about myself, just getting to know each other, and then you'll get this question like, oh, but when I Googled you, or when I was in Facebook, or when I was here, I saw this, I saw that, and I saw the other, so I was like, okay, now, does that make you a stalker? No, I wouldn't say that makes you a stalker, but when you are trying to entrap me with questions based on this research that you're doing, when I know when I know what my intentions are, I got nothing to hide. I'm on YouTube right now saying my story for the world to hear. So I don't have anything to hide. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm just me. I'm just a dude out there, right? So what I'm saying to you, Roger, there's levels to this. So if you're dating someone and they are just, researching you and then asking you a question, I can understand that from the other person's point of view, because they got to protect their own safety, their feelings, their emotions, right? Because it's a cold, cruel world out there, right?
Yeah.
So I can understand that, but when I say there's levels to this, it's one thing for me to say to you, I want to rent a bike from your shop, Roger, and I Googled you, and I saw there's some amazing reviews. So now I'm going to rent a motorbike from your motorbike shop.
Yeah.
That's, to me, is kind of normal.
Yeah, normal, for sure. That's normal.
Right? But if I'm getting into other questions about your character, based on something that I saw in the internet, I'm just saying there's levels to this. So I'm just saying that, I don't think about it so much because I don't have anything to hide. But when I feel like I'm being entrapped, or someone's attempting to entrap me with a line of questioning, that's almost like an interrogation. It's like, it just seems, it's just a little bit off. So that's like the lowest level of this kind of, these like the symptoms.
Okay.
Like that, to me, that's an indicator.
All right.
That's an indicator that someone may have. I now look at that as an indicator. I didn't before, but I now look at these lines of questioning and these behaviors as indicators that maybe it could be next level crazy, like the girl in Mindanao turned out to be.
Okay.
Right, which was a whole other level of crazy.
So it's like a horror thing.
Well, it's horror for you because it's entertainment, right? Because you have a lovely wife, you have a lovely family. You didn't. You're having a good laugh. We're laughing. It's funny. I mean, my friends all laugh. We're buddies now. Like, it doesn't. You know, it is kind of funny. But if you're the one who's in the horror movie, and the person's chasing, if you're the one being chased with the axe, it's not funny for you. It's funny for everyone watching it.
Yeah.
But it ain't funny for me. And it got to a point why I chose to talk about this, and I thought that I should share this story is because I really felt like I was in danger. I really felt that my safety was at risk. I felt at risk to a point where I had to concoct a whole story to get away from this person and relocate to another part of the island. So I've since left Mindanao because of this person. Now I live somewhere else in an undisclosed location that no one's ever going to find out. Right? So I'm saying there's levels to this.
Oh, okay. So what causes a woman to stalk a man? Is there like a certain reason why? Especially the exes you have.
Well, I will disclose something about me. So I'm going to disclose something personal.
Okay.
Right? So that I can frame the answer I'm about to give you. I have 3 daughters.
Okay.
And no sons. Okay? 3 adult daughters. And so I have done the best I can as a dad and as a man to help them understand, what to look for in a man. Right?
Yeah.
And what to watch out for to stay away from danger. Keep yourself from harm. And so far, my 3 daughters are in their 20s, approaching the 30s soon, and they've never had an incident in their life of ever being harmed or being in any kind of a situation where they have been hurt or harmed. I haven't had to run into any burning buildings to save them, right?
Okay.
So I'm prefacing my answer by saying that, okay? To say that why would a woman, go to extra lengths to safeguard her integrity, her own safety, sanity, and peace of mind, because the woman's also looking to find someone, right? So I can understand why they might want to go to certain lengths to make sure that I'm who I say I am, that I am, being transparent, I'm not cheating, I'm not lying, I'm not doing those sort of things. So I can understand to a certain degree why a woman or a man, it goes both ways. So I think that drives the behavior, just to make sure that this person that I'm giving my heart to and my body, that their intentions are sincere and they're not going to bring any harm or danger to me.
Right. So that makes sense.
So I can understand it from that point of view. But there's levels to this.
Okay.
Right. It gets. There's levels to this. There's a line that if you cross, when it becomes unsubstantiated mistrust or some kind of doubts about your character, your integrity, or questioning your honesty, your truthfulness, unfounded accusations, unfounded, sort of assaults on your character. Right? When it starts going there, that's where I draw the line. Right? Because if I haven't said or done anything to give you a reason to feel like I'm being insincere or lying or cheating or anything like that, if I'm being straight with you, and then you're coming at me with all these questions about who were you with last night, and I saw this message popped up on your phone, or you say you're going there tomorrow, is that what you're really doing? And who is that person that you're going to meet? This sort of behavior, it's like you get to a point where it's like, you know what? You're offending me now. You're offending me now, right? When I haven't given you any reason.
So I think that's too personal, though. It's like,
It's offensive.
Yeah, offensive questions.
It's offensive. So this is where it went with the girl from Mindanao. That's when that behavior started to emerge.
Okay. So
right?
we need to say it's just throwing you like offensive questions.
Yes.
And
accusations.
Accusations, and also what she did, like she did the research and then threw questions to you, which is really offensive.
The research into me came after. If we're talking about the girl from Mindanao, right? That came after, when she hacked into my phones, my social media, my computers, and was asking me questions based on conversations I was having with friends and other people.
Okay. Is there like a certain point that she will gonna frame you or something, or blackmail?